up to 2 million people remained without power in and around New Orleans on Monday as residents and authorities began to assess catastrophic damage from Hurricane Ida, a 150 miles per hour monster storm that was the most powerful ever to hit Louisiana. At least 2 people are known to have been killed, a motorist who drowned in New Orleans and a person hit by a falling tree outside Baton Rouge. The state's governor, John Bel Edwards, and Joe Biden said they expected the death toll to rise.
Nora, which has now weakened to a tropical storm, killed one boy over the weekend after torrential rains and heavy winds caused a building to partially collapse. The Miami-based NHC expected Nora to continue moving north-northwest on Sunday in its latest advisory and then move slower northwest through Tuesday.
All of California's national forests will be closed beginning late Tuesday. Having fewer people on national forest lands also decreases the likelihood of new fires starting and will help keep firefighters and the community safer by limiting possible COVID-19 exposure, officials said.
Chinese authorities are taking gaming regulations to the next level. According to new rules published on Monday, minors will not be allowed to play more than 3 hours of games a week. The National Press and Publication Administration, NPPA, said in a notice that children could play games between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. on Fridays and weekends.
The last U.S. forces departed from Kabul airport shortly before a midnight deadline for a full withdrawal, bringing an end to a 20-year conflict launched in the aftermath of the September 11th attacks. America's longest war cost the lives of nearly 50,000 Afghan civilians, 2,500 U.S. service members, 66,000 Afghan national military and police, 457 British Armed Forces personnel, and 50,000 Taliban and opposition fighters.
The U.S. military disabled scores of aircraft and armored vehicles as well as a high-tech rocket defense system at the Kabul airport before it left Monday, a U.S. general said. The U.S. also left behind the C-RAM system, counter-rocket, artillery, and mortar, that was used to protect the airport from rocket attacks. Those systems demilitarized so that it is never used again.
The United States expects the Taliban to live up to their commitments now that U.S. troops have pulled out of Afghanistan. But any legitimacy or support will need to be earned, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said Monday. He said a small number of U.S. citizens remained in the country, under 200 but likely closer to just 100, and wanted to leave.
Afghanistan is set to form its own government in a few days, said Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi Tuesday, hours after the last U.S. soldier left Afghanistan. We expect that a consensus government will be formed in the coming days in Afghanistan.
Information and Broadcasting Fawad Chaudhry speaking about evacuations, said 10,302 people belonging to the North Atlantic Treaty Organization were brought to Pakistan and 9,032 of them have departed to their respective countries. The information minister added that of the 155 evacuees from the United States, only 42 are still present in Pakistan.
Pakistan's daily coronavirus death toll jumps to 118. Bangkok's latest data shows at least 3,838 people test positive for Pakistan. This brings the positivity rate to 7.36%.
The Foreign Office on Monday expressed concern over lax arrangements in India for security of nuclear and other radioactive materials, including the imported ones. The seized material is approximately valued at Indian 4,250 rupees crore. Earlier in May and June, over 7 kilograms and more than 6 kilograms of uranium were recovered from unauthorized people in India in separate incidents.
In a bid to curb crimes in the country, the government is all set to launch Universal Pakistan Emergency Helpline 911 in the first week of October 2021. Over a meeting on the establishment of Universal Pakistan Emergency Helpline, -911, PM Imran directed the authorities concerned to remove all obstacles in the commencement of service as soon as possible to curb crime in the country, according to the Prime Minister office.
Pakistan's public debt increased by 10.22% to 38.697 trillion rupees in the last fiscal year from 35.107 trillion rupees a year ago, the central bank data showed on Monday. The rise in the public debt is attributed to higher domestic borrowing to finance budget deficit as well as an increase in government deposits with the banking system.
In a bid to meet the conditions of the Financial Action Task Force, the Federal Board of Revenue has directed real estate agents and builders to share the information of proposed buyers and sellers of properties before brokering a deal.
The Pakistan Cricket Board is expected to announce squads for the New Zealand series and the ICC 2020 World Cup at the same time, sources told. PCB said the board is likely to announce the national team on September 6.